Alright, welcome back to Summon to Another World for the second time. Anime Review, episode number 3. Yes, we're here discussing 2 episode series. The thing about the show that I have noticed, these episodes feel very standalone-ish. In the case of episode 5, this is basically back at the capital, where Urha basically is doing really well with her magical training. And of course, basically, Ursta and Glenn basically is training her. And of course, the sorceress, who's a friend of Yuki, well, Sotsa. And they train for a while, and of course, they're friends. Yeah, they get on really well. And yeah, we even see the return of the high school class, which, by the way, none of them get named. They're just here. We're like, oh, royal decree. Because of the fact they completed their training, so they can train very briefly. I mean, I think they've probably been in this world I'm guessing, probably barely a month at most. And of course, King's like, yeah, we're gonna basically send you off to Evilthon, the demon nation. This means war, a war that was not started by them at all. Also, we get her backstory, Urha's backstory of how she met Yuki when they were younger, and then he even at one point saved her from a couple guys who seemed like they did something really bad to her. But look, if he stopped by, it's very implied that she has things for Yuki. That's the thing with basically a lot of anime when it comes to childhood friends, where the girl a lot of the time falls in love with a guy that she's known for a long time. Yeah, but the episode was pretty good. And in our next episode, we go back to Sotsu, where he's riding in the back of a covered wagon on our way to the port, and we see Livia where she's eating cookies. And she wants to eat Setsu's cookies because he's not eating his. So, and then the carriage is stopped because Amelie, that's what I think her name is, this demon woman stops by, and of course, like, oh, it's the crybaby. He's like, I'm not a crybaby. Of course, she refers to him as Master because he kind of taught her some stuff, and this girl with her is apparently her surrogate sister, and she's like very cute and, well, she's very pretty for a demon. So basically, her whole thing is that they're looking for what happened to this village where all the villagers mysteriously disappeared after a dragon attack. Yes. And then we see her fighting the dragon, and then get back to the village, and the whole village has disappeared. You're thinking, what happened? Well, it's discovered that apparently after she mentioned about sea monsters, Livia never mentioned to them that she's a sea monster. All they mentioned she's a god of the sea, and find out that the young girl is in fact the dragon. And this really cool fight sequence. Eventually, you have I'm trying to find basically what her name was. Let's see, what is her name here? Alazi, I think her name is Alazi. So, and of course, they beat Amelie when she's in dragon form by stabbing her through the head, supposedly killing her. And she goes to the village to do a little more investigating, and of course, the other two go in the water, and of course, they arrive at the next location, the Beast Kingdom. And of course, Izzy finds out that Amelia is in fact alive, except that's not her actual name. She is in fact actually Mahler, the Monster Maker, a name that Toa gave her. And it turns out the soldiers that were first seen in the first episode are the villagers turned into dolls. Interesting. So it's like the plot thickens. Yeah, the episode is very standalone-ish, but at least basically we get a little more plot development here. I would say 5 is more like a character episode Urha. That's pretty much basically like the point of it. Yeah. And pretty much basically we only have about 6 more to go. And that's it. Yep. And then pretty much basically I'll probably finish up tomorrow this play. Along with the final episode of Dr. Stone. Yep. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for a particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Well, I will see you all tomorrow for the finish of this and Dr. Stone and their anime. Okay, next video. Bye.